Let me tell you about a very, very specific moment. Not your breakthrough moment, not the moment the business took off, a different kind of moment. The moment you were sitting in that dream office or dream shop or dream space, and you realize you are more stressed than you were when you had the boss. You have more work than you've ever had, less money than you expected. And somehow, there is no one to blame except yourself. You know that moment. You know that very moment. So, here is how it usually goes. I'm talking to almost every business owner here. Every business owner or founder. It's a universal story. You're working for somebody. Could be a company, could be your guy. Could be a multinational where you wore blazers and pretend to enjoy team meetings. And at some point, you have an idea, the business idea. Or maybe it's not even a formal idea. Maybe you're just tired of building somebody else's thing. Or tired of being underpaid. Tired of being paid what you're not worth. Tired of the politics, tired of bad management, the salary, whatever. So you leave. Or maybe you got pushed out. Maybe you're like me, you got tired of Nigeria and just left. Or something. And you started doing your own thing. And in the beginning, to be honest, it's very, very sweet. You're your own boss. You're setting your own hours. You're posting on LinkedIn about the entrepreneurship journey with that picture where you look like you have it all together. Your mom is telling people a child has their own company. Your old colleagues are asking for your number because, we might need to work together the first month. It's always sweet. Then, month 3 arrives, and month 3 is not LinkedIn. It's not going like you expected it. Month 3 is, where's the next client? Why is the invoice not paid? Who is handling customer service? Because I'm also trying to close this deal. Why does my team not understand simple instructions as if you even have a team? Why am I doing everything myself? Month 3 is when you realize something nobody warned you about. You didn't leave your job to be free. You left your job to own another job. And the market didn't even notice you left. And this is where a lot of founders, business owners get stuck. Not because they are not smart, not because they don't have a good product, not because they don't work hard. They get stuck because they went from having a job to owning a job. And nobody gave them the playbook for the jump in between. So they do the only thing that makes sense at the time. They hustle. They hustle hard, they hustle loud. They put on every art available. The CEO art, the delivery art, the customer service art, accountant art, social media art, every other art. All at the same time on the same head. And somehow, they are surviving. But surviving is not the destination. The destination is success. And the question nobody asked me also, how exactly are you planning to get there? I need to tell you something about the market. Something that honestly, I didn't figure this out until after failing so many times. The market does not care about your story. I need you to hear me say that clearly. The market, your customers, your industry, the competitive space you've entered, it does not care that you just started. It does not care that you are learning. It doesn't care that you are a one-person operation doing the best you can. It does not care that there is no electricity. It doesn't care that your best staff, that's if you do have a staff, resigned last week. The market doesn't care. The market has only one question. Can you deliver what I need at the standard I expect, at a price I am willing to pay? That's it. That's the whole exam. And it does not grade on effort. Now, I'm not saying this to discourage you. I'm saying this because the founders who understand this early are the ones who stop playing a different game. A lot of us walking around thinking we're in a competition called who has the hardest story, who tried the most. That competition doesn't exist in the market. In the market, the competition is called who delivers. Look at it this way. That big company in your industry, the one that's been around for 15 years, that has a full team, full systems, all the resources, they are going to the same destination you are going to. Same market, same customers, same goal. Revenue, growth, sustainability, success, and success. But they have a different vehicle. They are in, let's say, a Tesla with air conditioning, GPS driver, all the features. And you are in what exactly? Some of you are in a Camry that has no tires, or you're riding a bicycle thinking it's a Sienna. Some of you honestly are in a keke napep. It's a tricycle we use in Nigeria. And that's not a problem. That's not a failure. That is just the reality of where you are right now. The problem is when you don't know you are riding a bicycle and you are driving it like a Mercedes-Benz. Here's what the experienced business owner has that you don't yet. They have a vehicle that has been built over time. Sales systems that run without them making every call. Marketing that generates leads while they sleep. Admin structures that don't require them to personally chase every invoice. A team that knows what to do when the founder is not in the room. They didn't start with that vehicle, by the way. That's an important thing to remember. Every big company, every established brand, every founder who looks like they have it figured out, they were all in the same bicycle or keke once. They all wore every hat at once. They all had that month 3 moment. The difference is they eventually stopped driving the keke or bicycle and started building a better vehicle. And the question that changes everything, the question nobody asked me, you, when we started is this. What vehicle does your business actually need? And what vehicle can you actually afford to build right now? Okay, so let's actually talk about this vehicle thing. What is it? What's in it? I want to break this down into something practical because I'm not here to give you some philosophy and send you home because I'm trying to confuse you. That's not what I'm doing here. A business vehicle, what I mean when I use that word is the combination of functions that every business needs to survive and grow. It doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter if you sell jollof or you sell financial software. The vehicle is the same. The components are the same, and I will name them. Sales, marketing, operations, finance, people, and brand. Yeah, those 6 things. That's the vehicle. Every business needs all 6 to eventually work. The question is just, which ones are you dragging on a flat tire? Now, here's the founder trap. This is the thing I really want you to get. I actually want you to get this. When most people start a business, they build the vehicle around the thing they are best at. If you're a salesperson, your vehicle is basically just an engine with tires. You can move, you can close deals, but you have no steering. That's your brand and no fuel gauge. You will run odds and eventually you will run out of road. If you're a creative, a designer, someone like me, a content person, a builder, your vehicle looks beautiful, the brand is immaculate, the product is excellent, but there's no engine. Nothing is moving, nobody's selling anything. You are parked in your own driveway admiring how good the business looks. If you came from operations or corporates, you have a very detailed manual for how the vehicle should work. Processes for everything. But the engine is cold. You are organized for a business that isn't moving yet. Everybody defaults to their strengths. And that's natural. That's human. But a vehicle missing a major component doesn't get you to the destination faster. It gets you stranded. It just gets you stranded. So what do you do when you can't afford to build the full vehicle at once? Because that's the real question. You need sales, you need people, you need brand, you need marketing, you need operations, you need everything. But you have budget for maybe 1 or 2 and maybe energy for 3. So what do? Here's the framework. 3 phases. I call it build, borrow, and automate. Phase 1, identify your survival functions. Every business has 2 functions that if they fail, the business dies immediately. Like immediately. For most businesses, those are sales and operations. No sales, no money. No operations, you can't deliver what you sold. Everything else is important, but not immediately fatal. Build those two first. Give them your best attention, your best resources, your best hire if you're hiring anyone at all. Phase 2, borrow or outsource. Borrow or outsource the next year. You need marketing, but you can't afford full marketing team. Borrow. Partner with a freelancer. Outsource specific campaigns. Use tools and platforms that do the heavy lifting. You need brand, but you can't afford a branding agency. Start with clarity. Know exactly what you are saying and to who. And let the execution be simple but consistent. A clear, consistent, cheap brand beats an expensive, confused one every time. Finance, you can't afford the CFO. Get a good accountant or a retainer. Use software. Be disciplined with a spreadsheet before you can afford systems. Phase 3, automate what you can't staff. There are things in your business right now that you are doing manually that a tool can actually do. A template or a simple system could handle. Customer follow-ups, invoice reminders, social media, lead tracking. Yeah, automate them. Every hour you spend on something that could be automated is an hour taken from the things only you can do. So build, borrow, automate. That's how you build a vehicle with what you have. Here's the important thing about this vehicle framework that I don't want you to miss. It's not static. It's a vehicle you build in 1 year, 2 years, all your life, basically. You can't build it in 1 year and think, I'm done. You build it every quarter, every day if possible. You should be looking at what has changed, what function should get stronger, what can you now afford to build properly that you were borrowing before, what new thing is breaking, it's like, you get what I'm saying? You need to keep changing it. The experience found that they upgraded their vehicle over and over. As the resources comes, as the team grows bigger, you keep upgrading that vehicle. Your vehicle right now just needs to get to the next milestone, not the final destination. Not the finalization at all. The destination is the same. The road is long. The vehicle will change. Right now, just make sure yours can move. I want to say one last thing. One last thing about this hustle we are all in. Because I think there's a version of this hustle narrative that's doing us some serious damage. The version that says, if you work hard enough, grind hard enough, sacrifice enough, success will come. And look, there's truth in that. Work ethic is real. Persistence is real. But hard work without the right vehicle is just running. And you can run very hard for very long and still not arrive because other people are driving. I've watched founders, including myself, genuinely talented people destroying their health, their relationship, their mental state because they were running on foot to a destination that required a car. And nobody told them, nobody told me. Nobody sat me down in the beginning and said, see, hustle, but also with a structure. Yes, wear every art, but know which art the business actually needs on your head right now. Yes, work hard, but work toward building something that doesn't require this level of effort forever. The market is not your enemy. The market is just the road. It's long. It's sometimes terrible. It has potholes like the potholes in Nigeria. Potholes that will humble you. It has traffic. It has people who seem to be going faster than you. It has moments where you are not sure if you are on the right route. And the destination is the same for all of us. Build something that works, generates real value, creates real income, and one day doesn't need you to personally carry it on your back every single day. That destination is reachable. I'm sorry, but not for everyone, and obviously not automatically. Not without the right vehicle and the discipline to keep improving it, but it is reachable. So if you are in month 3 right now, wearing every art, wondering if you made a mistake, you didn't make a mistake. You just don't have the full picture yet. If you're in year 2, hustling hard but not moving fast enough, you're not failing. You're just driving a vehicle that needs an upgrade. And now you know what to upgrade. If you're in year 5 and you're still doing everything yourself and nothing works when you're not in the room, that's the one you should be concerned about. Because 5 years in, the question is no longer, can I survive? The question is, what am I actually building? Build your vehicle. Know what you have, know what you need, and close the gap strategically. The destination is the same. The road doesn't care who you are, but neither does it stop you from arriving. It's just a road. So, move.